Hey guys, Pepper Madness here. This is going to be a VR to Step 1 Survival for EDC for SHTF. Okay, that's out of the way. I'd like to start off by saying, Staff Sergeant BA, man, you got some beautiful leather work and some awesome kits made. I really like them. They're beautiful. Alright, so let's get on with the stuff that's behind me here. Alright, I'm gonna run this video along the same lines that Staff Sergeant BA over at SOS did, and do this more as different suggestions for EDC. Okay, because my situation may vary, or my location, because of my location, may vary quite greatly from most people. Okay, so I am more rural remote. Okay, the nearest small town, which is about 300 people, is 20 miles from me. Alright, so up here in Canada, we have some pretty heavy laws about firearms. Okay, and handguns are very restricted and very controlled, so you won't see any of that on here. Okay, now assuming that everything has gone to SHTF, there is it's past extreme rule of law. There's now without rule of law. Okay. Alright, so dependent on the situation, you're going to see I have some tools on here that I haven't seen anyone else put up. Alright, so right over here I have a takedown bow. Alright, and a quiver with many arrows in it. Okay, so it's a Sage Samwick takedown bow. Alright, there's extra broadheads and strings in here. Moving on from that, I've got a pair of gloves. Alrighty, there. Now over here, I have a canister of bear spray. Alright, for obvious uses. Going down that list of we'll call it edged tools, okay, or hunting tools, outdoors tools. All right. I've also got a cheap little folding saw here. All right. Of course, I have a tomahawk right here, cold steel rifleman's hawk. All right, and yes, I do make I do and can make tomahawks for myself, but it's hard for me to keep up with that, and I just end up selling them all the time. So yeah, I got that. Of course you've just got your basic bushcrafter knife. Threw in a folder, Leatherman, and something that I haven't seen anyone else put up. Okay. Okay, so this isn't so much an EDC video as some suggestions for some other things to do too, I suppose. This is a Hori Japanese gardening knife. Okay, you can see that it's I've shown these before in other videos. You can see that it's dished out. It's got a serrated edge and a sharp edge here and a sharp point. Okay, so it's a good little bushcrafting item, as well as for doing your guerrilla gardening. Now, this cleaver right here, it's very similar. Well, it's almost exactly like the one that I've sent out to Harshman Hills. I just thought I'd throw that in here. Through Will over at JIT Prepping. Okay, this one is obviously not even close to being finished yet, but obviously a very good chopping, meat processing kind of tool. Okay. Right here, same thing. Of course, you can use these camping. Friend of mine made this one actually. It's a very nice garden trowel, very very sturdy and heavily made, as well as the craftsmanship is just gorgeous. That would be Tim Wickstrom. You can go see on his channel. He also made that Hori knife for me too. So this is another beautiful little tool. If you're doing any of your guerrilla gardening, that would be a good little EDC to take with you wherever you're going. Alright, so a lot of this stuff here is situational. There is no way I would pack all this stuff in my pockets or on my belt all the time. Okay, that would be just utterly ridiculous. Right, so I'm just throwing stuff out there for you guys to take a look at. Of course, right here, everyone noticed that. Okay, the old hip flask. Not necessarily for a shot of whiskey or rum. You can put other things in here, like say if you have a oh, it just slipped my mind. Darn, I had a list of 3 things. You could actually put kerosene in this for fire starting. Of course, you'd want to mark that on here, fire starter fluid, that kind of thing. All right. And of course, you can use it to put your whiskey in if you like. Moving along, a small first aid kit. You can take these apart and put a few other things in there if you think you see the need. Or just a small box of bandages. Right, moving into some more higher tech stuff, I suppose. Right here's a little Vortex Spitfire. I removed the rifle mounts on it. I don't like the sight picture inside for rifles and stuff. So I'm just gonna use this in. I would just use this in lieu of binoculars. It's plenty powerful enough. I think it's 4.5 power if I remember correctly. And of course, it takes up a lot less room than a set of binoculars. Okay. Right here is an MSR water filtration system. You can see that it's not out of the bag. We have several of these. Okay, and I only take them out of the bag if I'm going to use them. I think I have 2 opened right now that we've used. Alright, so I know how to put this together. I know how to use it. It's all good. Something else that I haven't seen anyone put on here. Now they don't have to be Helly Hansen glasses, okay? Those are like $150 Canadian. So just a cheap pair of clear safety glasses, right, to keep dust particulate out of the eyes, and also can help keep blood out of your eyes too when you're depending on how sloppy you get hunting. Okay. Or chopping your wood, or sawing, whatever, right? So let's move on to, oh yeah, here we go. I've had this flashlight now for, let's see, almost 5 years. Okay, you can see that it can be mounted on a rifle. It's good. I can be effective to 300 meters using this light and my scope through a rifle. However, we're not allowed to shoot after dawn here, so it's been taken off, and I just use it as a flashlight. Of course, I've got the green filter on it. See how bright that gets in there. Ooh. And it comes with rechargeable batteries. All right, that gets set aside. And of course, there's a little mishmash here of, like your ferro rod, a Zippo, mag bar, bic lighter, little bit of cordage, wildlife whistle. Okay. And let's see, did I get through everything on here? Oh, of course, a compass. Okay. This particular one is in degrees. I also have a few. This is a Silver Ranger compass. It's a type that we used in the Canadian Army. I don't know if they still do. I have no clue. I've been out for a long time. Of course, to go in with the fire starting stuff, I have a magnifying glass here. That's also so that I can read smaller detailed maps, pocket maps and stuff. All right, and a little bit of sharpening tools. Okay. Small notepad. I would suggest a pencil rather than a pen. This is for route marking, taking trail notes, that sort of stuff. I would also suggest putting, like in, I'm talking about my situation up here, okay? A few Ziploc baggies. So you come across some chaga, you chop it, put it in here, bring her on home. Fire starting stuff like birch bark, old man's beard, or old man's whiskers, or I've heard it called so many things: witch's hair, angel's hair, all sorts of things. Or shave up some fat wood and put in there. So got a little bit of emery cloth here for keeping rust off the heavier tools, and also for sharpening too. If you leave it rolled up like this and hold it tight, you can run your knife edge along like that, okay, and use it as a sharpening stone. And it's extremely lightweight. So these are just some suggestions here. Of course, oh right, sorry about that, guys. Of course, right over here I have my possibilities bag, and any combination of this stuff, most of it, except obviously the bigger things, that they will all fit in there, and slung over your shoulder. And a small water, just use a small plastic water. Just reuse a small plastic juice bottle, and you can filter your water right into this. So there's no real camping gear here so much. This is just for you're just going out to check your traps. You're just going out to you've seen a herd of deer and you're going to go stalk them out, or track them and find where their water is and their favorite bedding places, things like that. Or if you're going out, maybe even mushroom picking or wild edible picking and stuff, in which case I would suggest some more Ziploc bags. Yeah, so basically these are some suggestions of mine, and yeah, I guess that's about it. And a good old fleece Alberta dinner jacket. Alright guys, that is about it for this spread here. I'm kind of glad I did this video. I haven't done any preparedness videos for a really long time. All you've seen is me doing foraging and stuff. So what I think I'm going to do, for those of you guys who like to do, who like to see the foraging videos and things like that, I'm just going to start a new channel, and I'll get back to you on that later when I have time to set it all up. Probably sometime this fall, later this fall, or maybe in the winter when I got some time, if that ever happens. And I want to get going on some more preparedness, homesteading kind of things here, videos. I'm going to get back into that on this Prepper Madness channel. They're a lot of fun, and I enjoy the feedback. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed the video. See you later.